Expedia and Visit Scotland invite you to come experience the beauty that awaits in Scotland. The sweep of wild coastlines, quiet lochs, and untamed landscapes. Fresh cuisine that feels rooted in the land. Come experience the kind of stillness that stays with you long after you leave. Plan your Scottish escape today at expedia.com/visit Scotland.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
Chuck.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
Good. Sorry about that. Ran over on that last one.
No worries at all. That's my partner, Sam.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Are you back home or are you on the road?
No, I'm in Florida.
Oh, nice.
Just, visiting some friends.
Nice. Down Miami area?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anyway, I won't take too much of your time. We can just jump into this book. And I think from what I've read and what I remember talking to you, I've been talking to you for years doing all these press cycles. And I remember, if I'm correct, talking to you, Jesus, I'm going to date everybody, 20 something years ago, maybe, and it could maybe more. You were working in like a trucking company, right? And you had told me it was right about the time you had told me that story about getting in touch with the Native American indigenous sort of thing. Am I right?
Yeah, that was 2000. Yeah, 2001 is when I got sick. Yeah.
So yeah, I do remember correctly. Right. I remember talking to you, and a lot of that made the book. And is that what was the catalyst for this book? Was that like the original catalyst?
Well, I mean, I really wasn't interested in doing a book. It wasn't my idea. I was approached to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And, the more I thought about it, especially how my life has went after cancer, I thought, yeah, maybe there is a story there and that needs to be told, because it was definitely, for the band Testament, there was a turning point with that illness, because that's when the reunion happened. We got Alex and Greg and Louis back. But also that show that was thrown for me actually revived Exodus, Death Angel, Forbidden, Violence, Heathen, all these bands that hadn't been playing, put their differences aside and got back together and are still doing things, so that was like a weird little crossroad for my band, but all these other Bay Area bands. And the success we've had after beating the cancer, with the records and music we've written and the tours we've done, to me, it was like, okay, there's something I have to just say, because my life was supposed to expire at 38 when I got sick and I beat it. So everything that's transpired after that, wow, I've been so blessed and lucky to experience that. I have to tell it, especially the way I made it through with the Native American healing part of it, So, when I first started working on it, I didn't know how to start it or what to start it. But as we started working on it, we realized there's 2 stories, there's 2 Chucks and there's 2 Testaments. So we really wanted to kind of hone in on, okay, let's make it about that. And the crossroads going to be the illness at 2000. So let's talk about who Chuck was before the band and the illness. And then let's talk about that Chuck after beating the cancer and the band after the illness. Right. So that's why it's the 2 Testaments of Chuck Billy,
Which I totally love. And when you look back at those 2 identities, do they feel like separate people, or did the same code survive both eras?
Total different people, and that's what I wanted to get. My point was when I read my autobiographies that I like reading, I like learning about the person that you don't know about before they're somebody. That's what I liked reading. So I really wanted to include that, because I thought that was important part of who I am in the 3 choices I had in my life of where I was going to end up and the path I took. So how I got down that path and who I was young getting to there. So that's kind of, not knowing where to start and where to go to figuring it out, and almost ended up being a 4-month therapy session, talking it out every day with my writer and putting pieces together and understanding more and realizing where we've went since my illness and as an artist and a band. And it's just like, oh man, I've been so blessed and lucky. I should say something about this. Even though I'm a quiet, private guy, I thought maybe I should share a little bit more about me than I have in the magazine interviews. I talked about the band.
I got one more and I'll let Sam take over. But when you revisited these memories, was it cathartic, painful, everything all at once? I mean, did you feel those emotions again?
Well, everything all at once, and I think the holding my breath title of the book was where like the book starts when I'm very young, holding my breath, getting my way. But understanding how I've held my breath throughout my life and things and those decisions and paths I've done, and how that guy that holds his breath, the young kid, plays into the band. And so talking through the book now and still going and touring with my guys, yeah, now I look at it like, okay, well, I know definitely we walked on eggshells once Alex got back and the original guys, because we didn't want to break up again. We were like, okay, we're back together. We're enjoying this. We're grown up now. We know what not to do to push people out of the band like we did when we were younger. We've learned how to let's make this work and live with each other and enjoy and have a good time and make this work. So that kind of what you learned out of it and come out the other side. And because of it, we've had a great success as far as tours, friendships, making music. It's all about, especially since for me, it's all about us, not about the fans, the press. It's about writing songs and for us and enjoying the moment.
Right.
If it ends tomorrow, we are going out on enjoying ourselves.
Right. Okay. Sam?
Yeah, like you mentioned, like kind of feeling like you had to walk on eggshells, kind of once the band got back together. Do you think in this book at all there's kind of any misconceptions that have kind of been cleared up about different struggles the band had, or things that the band or even personally kind of have gone through that maybe like the media only got one side or kind of twisted some things?
Well, I mean, the personal part, I'm sure, like when the band broke up and Alex's feelings of why. I mean, we never sat down and like say, hey, Alex, why did you do that? Why did you leave? What was the real reason?
Mm-hmm.
We can only assume, but I think we're old enough to realize and go, okay, we're all too young. Things were moving too quick. We were young kids, made 4 records in 4 years, and did 4 big giant tours. I mean, things just moved too fast for us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it just came a time to where like Alex was too young and we got each other's nerves and we're just partying, running hot. And, he needed a change. We all look at it now and go, it was everything we probably did to push him away. And we don't ever want that to happen again anymore. Now, if we have an opportunity to get back together, I want everybody to be happy. I want to, because we're enjoying this right now. We don't want to change again. We've had so many drummers and bass players and guitar player changes over the years. Now that we got some of the original guys back, let's keep it this way again and finish something that we started together. Let's finish it together. That was kind of like the thought, like, oh, wow, somehow the universe put us back together now. And wow, we're going to get to go back and do this again and finish what we started.
And it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sam?
Yeah, I've seen you guys a few times and it seems like everybody loves being there on the stage and is having so much fun that you really feel that in the audience. So it's really, really good to see.
Yeah, even backstage behind the scene, I mean, we don't have arguments. I mean, the biggest argument we'd have is the set list, the songs. That's about
Right.
it. We really don't fight enough, or we know how to not get under somebody's skin or what buttons not to push, so
Mm-hmm.
it's everybody's very respectful for each other's space and time. And, especially like in a crazy politic world now. Everybody has a different feeling, but we kind of try to keep it out of there, and we don't talk about it and fight. And that would probably be the only thing to fight about, really, you know. But we keep it civilized and don't we keep our opinions to ourselves.
Yeah.
Sam, if you got one more, I've got one to close it all out, and we'll let Chuck go. But
Yeah, so like as like a 20-year-old kid, did you ever think like kind of looking forward you would have the legacy you have now with Testament and kind of the impact that you've had on Native communities? I know you've gotten some recognitions and awards that are very
Yeah.
admirable.
I never thought it would ever happen. You know, I mean, you know, when you're grown to be a musician or an artist, or entertainer, you know, especially for us, we just had those magazines to look up to and go, oh, I want to be that. I want to do that. You know, I want to reach that status. You know,
was it Kerrang?
well, Hit Parader back then. You know, all the supermarkets you had Hit Parader was like the big one back then.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I think it's just been a wild, definitely a crazy ride. Um, but I think for a band like us, Testament, we're very lucky that we've had a creative force like Eric keep writing very strong riffs and staying very focused on what he does and who he is. And now that he's got Alex, his partner, back writing, it's a good team, you know, of players. They work really well together. Alex is totally opposite with Eric, so they bounce stuff off each other very well. So we're in a very good spot right now as a band, and it's good to see those guys back jamming together as guitar players. Good things, man. And I think us staying focused on getting along as a band and enjoying the moment, staying focused on writing music for ourselves, has kind of really led the path to where we are today, because we kind of look back and go, man, all those records that we raised the bar on, especially starting at the Gathering, and we're like, how are we going to top that? But we have, and we've done it. We've raised the bar, and we've keeping up to the quality of those bars we keep lifting. We look back and go, wow, man, how we've been so lucky, so fortunate that things, you know, it's a joke now, almost now, like, okay, when are we going to write a shitty record? You know, we're due to write a shitty record, you know, that is going to get eat up by the press and everybody, you know. So that's kind of the joke, and we don't want that to happen. And I don't think it's going to happen, because Eric's pretty focused and in a really good mental spot right now, and Chris is a monster drummer, and they're doing good things, and they already got like 8 or 9 songs written already for the next record. I think we might get in the studio next year already to make another record.
You really are firing on all cylinders.
Oh, we're firing hard right now, dude.
That is great.
I'll be 64 next month. I don't have a lot of time to like really sit around and take my time anymore, right?
Right. So can I ask you a question? I mean, obviously there's not an out plan if you're 64 and but how are you going to know when it's time?
I would talk about that. I don't want to wait to the end to where I go, okay, now I'm physically not fit to like go want to travel and do things that I want to do.
Right.
I think now I'm fortunate enough that we have a good schedule where we get to do some cool things still, and it's a good balanced life. But if I ever call it quits, it's only because I physically just can't do it, or something like that. But I will keep doing. As far as my abilities singing wise, I'm feeling really strong, really good, and my abilities. I still feel young at heart. I still feel 20 something. You know, I haven't grayed out yet. I haven't.
You're still. I mean, you're smiling nonstop ear to ear during this interview, so obviously you're still enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a really good place. I mean, especially with getting success off the Parabellum record. We worked hard and everything we put together, but to get the recognition for that record, something we worked hard, was really a good feeling. Really, really good. We're very excited to play the stuff live. The fans really accept it live. It goes over really good live. So we're excited, and again, it worked so well. And the writing, that's why they kept writing, is like, hey, let's not stop. Let's just keep making music. Why stop and wait and start doing this 3 or 4 years after a touring cycle? We're like, we don't have that much time to wait in 2 or 4 years. I'm not waiting until 68 years old to make another record.
Who knows what Mother Nature is going to bring, right?
Yeah. let's get going now and keep touring and keep working hard. That's it. You know, we're having fun. We're built. We have the ability now. Let's go.
Okay. So being at this point, ear to ear smiles, what would you say to metal bands starting out now? What's the biggest
Well,
piece
it's
of
it's
advice you'd
it's
give
such
them?
a big different business now. I think a lot of the key is now is try to retain your music. Try to take control, stay control of your music. Register your songs. Any music you play and register it correctly because they make a lot of mistakes. Those people and just rely on them. So just got to stay on top of your craft and make sure everything is registered right and you're getting paid correctly. You
Awesome.
know.
Chuck, thank you for your time, man. I really appreciate your contribution to the metal world. The story, like I said, 20 years ago inspired me, so it's still inspiring to see it again. Thank you for taking the time, my friend. Sam?
Cool. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm very happy to meet you. So,
Yeah, just let everybody, hopefully they go get the pre-order of the book at chuckbillybook.com. They can go get it there, the pre-orders. I'm sure they're going to have some special versions that are signed maybe by Randy and Rob Halford and myself. So, you know, there's some cool stuff that they can find on Premier Collectibles at that website, chuckbillybook.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my friend. Be well. Have a great day.
Cool. We'll see you
Cheers.
guys. All
Bye.
right, bye.